morning, everybody. Today we have to be very quiet because the first stop of the day is York Minster. York Minster is the huge cathedral in the city of York. We're going to show you guys around a little bit, but we can't really make much noise, can we? Because it's a church and there's quite a few people in here, so we need to just need to be as quiet as possible. But should we tell them a little bit about York Minster, when it was built and everything? Okay, we'll tell you guys a little bit. Let's go.
The Cathedral and Metropolitical Church of St. Peter's in York, commonly known as York Minster, is the Cathedral of York, England, and is one of the largest of its kind in Northern Europe. The Minster was completed in 1472 after several centuries of building.
Look at the details. I mean, the whole cathedral, I'm going to turn around and show you the details, but it's absolutely beautiful. In every single place there's a message of what was done and when it was done. It's so gorgeous, I'm sure.
The cathedral was rebuilt and refurbished many times during its existence. This is due to arsenal attacks and change of ownership. Remember, this was built as a Catholic church and it then became Protestant.
Now look at this beautiful chair. I'm gonna zoom in so you can see the details, alright? Look at this. Look at the details on... You can say it's a throne. I don't think it's a throne, it's a chair. But look at it. Look how gorgeous.
If I tell you, you won't believe me, but as almost all historic buildings in England, the Minster had its beginnings as a Roman church way back in 627 AD. During these times, it never stayed still, always building and rebuilding. William then conquered damage in 1069 during his war with the North. The Vikings destroyed again in 1075, but it was again rebuilt in 1080. During the English Reform, the church was again attacked, with most of its Catholic symbols destroyed. Yet again, in 1644, during the English Civil War, it fell into the hands of Cromwell. And after that, the poor Minster wouldn't have any peace. Many tried to burn it to the ground. Many tried to do so much damage to it. The cathedral that you see now on these images was only finalized in 2018, believe it or not.
We're entering the crypt now, or the underground, underneath the York Minster. Most people miss it. Don't miss it. Go underneath to the crypt. Guys, we're gonna leave the York Minster now because, understandably, I have a 9-year-old with me that is a bit bored. I could spend the whole day in here because there's so much to see. There's so much history, so much like craftsmanship of the windows, of the pillars, of everything. It's so beautiful. But we're gonna show you a little bit more about York, other than the Minster. Okay? Well, that's it. Stick around. There's a few more things to see. Let's go. Let's go.
When visiting York, the Shambles is a must. The Shambles is something used as a general term for maze of twisting narrow lanes which make York so charming. At its heart is the lane actually called the Shambles, arguably the best preserved medieval street in the world. Many of the buildings on the street today date back to the late 14th and 15th century. The Shambles was a street of butchers, shops and houses, many completed with a slaughterhouse at the back of the premises, ensuring a red supply of fresh meat. The meat was hung up outside the shops and laid out for sale on what are now the shop window bottoms. It's still possible to see some of the original butcher meat hooks attached to the shop fronts. In some sections, the Shambles, it is possible to touch both sides of the street with your arms outstretched. The architecture, which now appears so quaint, had a very practical purpose. The overhanging timber frames front of the buildings are deliberate close set so as to give shelter to the meat that used to be displayed there. Why Shambles? The name is thought to derive from shammel, an Anglo-Saxon word for the shelves, which were a prominent feature on the open shop fronts. Another interesting fact about the Shambles is that it's rumored to have heavily inspired J.K. Rowling while writing the Harry Potter books. As you can see on the images, there are few Harry Potter shops on the Shambles because most of Diagonal Alley is actually inspired on the Shambles.
Hey, hello everybody. As you can see, the sun came out and now we're in the last part of our York visit. We are at the York walls, right? So the York is a walled city. It benefited of not being bombed too much during the war, so it still kept its original walls and cathedral and everything, wasn't it?
The city walls in York were first built by the Romans 71 AD and stood the test of time for that many years. They stretch over 2 miles around the city and most of it is walkable on top of it. There are great walks and trails that you can do.
Hey, welcome back. So, as you can see, we walk on the York Wall. So, York benefited from not being heavily bombed during the Second World War. So, still has some of the original medieval structures, like the wall, like the cathedral that you guys just seen. York is beautiful, man. Beautiful. It's worth a visit. I mean, I was saying to my little one, I wish I could live here because it's big enough for you to be cosmopolitan, but it's small enough for you to feel like cozy and homely, you know what I mean? That's it, right? Now we're going back to the campsite. We're going back to the van now, get the campsite to go back to the campsite and get things ready because tomorrow I gotta work. So, yeah. I wish you could stay more days, but it's not an option for now. But, as always, if you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share, I guess. Leave a comment telling us where you would like us to go on the next trip. Or just saying, thanks for showing it to us, whatever. Be nice, be kind. If you can be anything in life, be kind, right? We love bringing these videos to you guys, don't we? We love doing it, and if you love watching it, please support us. One day, maybe, we'll be doing this full time. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time, and as always, let's go!